Hi guys, welcome to my 5-minute series. So today's video is on the subject of law. Guys, I request you to listen to this video till the end. I will be telling you small things which are really very important for the subject law and while you are giving the paper of law. Okay, so you need to keep these things in mind so that you are able to score the maximum possible marks. So guys, since this is a theory subject, it is extremely important for you to be very clear of the provision that is there, provision that is given in the act. Okay, so section number is definitely important, but along with that, what is the language that is given in the provision? Because most of the questions are case study based. Okay, whenever there is a case study that is given to you, you are expected to write the provision. When you are expected to write the provision, that provision should be as similar as possible to the language that is actually given in the law. Okay, so for that you need to know the keywords that are given in that provision. Section number is one important thing. Other important thing is keywords that are given in the provision. Okay, then you need to be able to create that linkage between the provision and the case that is given. Okay, that linkage is also extremely important. How will you be able to do that? You need to practice questions. What we do is we just keep on reading the provisions every time and we feel that we will be able to solve the paper, but how will you actually apply that provision into that question? So guys, solve questions, and at this point of time you can solve papers, solve past papers. Okay, solve RTPs, solve mock test papers, and so that you are able to know that how you should write down the answer, how you need to link the provision to the case. Okay, how will you present your answer in a paper of in the law paper? Firstly, you will quote the provision along with the section number. Then you will give what are the facts of that case. Then you will give your explanation, basically the linkage between the provision and the facts of the case that is given. And then lastly, you will give the conclusion. So in 4 different paragraphs or parts, you have to divide all the answers that you are giving in the subject law. Okay, then guys, for those who feel that it is not important to memorize the section numbers, it really gives a good impact to the examiner, and being a CA final student, you are expected to memorize the section numbers. Okay, you will also be expected to know them in future, so why not do it right now? All right, just mugging up the provisions is not something which is advisable. You need to understand what actually the provision is trying to say. You need to understand the intention of the lawmaker, so that if you get a case study which is not something that you had gone through in your reference books or institute material, still you are able to solve that case study and give the best of your answers. Okay, there may be some case studies where more than one section is also applied. Okay, so you need to be mindful of that you need to quote all the relevant sections which you feel would apply into this particular case study. Okay, then other small things important. If there is a theory question, points are really very important. Examiner doesn't have so much of time that he goes through each and every sentence, each and every line that you have written in the paper, but if he looks at the answer, the solution, and he is able to find those relevant points and those relevant keywords that are actually required in that question, he will give you those marks. Okay, he will not spend that time in reading the whole answer that you have written. So be specific. Okay, write in pointers. If there is a 4-mark question, then write 5 to 6 points at least, so that even if one point is not correct, then he is still able to give you almost full marks. Okay, then the next important thing is write the points in which you are very confident of. Write them initially. Okay, you need to start the answer so that it gives a good impression to the examiner. Okay, then other most important thing is whichever questions you feel you are very comfortable with or are very simple for you, or you are very hands-on with those questions, solve them first. Okay, first impression is the best impression. I'm sure you must have heard about that. So when the examiner starts going through the paper, if he gets to see that the first question is totally correct, second question is totally correct, third question is totally correct, he creates an impression in his mind that this student is actually a very bright student. Okay, and then with that impression, when he checks the other paper, maybe somewhere or the other you must have missed 1 or 2 points. Okay, but he might ignore that. Okay, so obviously this is also important, and then it is also important for your self confidence. When you feel that 1 hour has passed and you have actually solved 60 marks of paper and you are very confident about that, you get that confidence from within and you are able to solve the other 40 marks in which you are not very confident in a much better way. Okay, so for your confidence also and for examiner's impression also, it is important that you solve the stronger parts first. Okay, then if you get stuck in any question, please spend the allotted time that is there to that question. Don't spend more time in that question. Okay, because what we do is we end up giving so much time to one question, more than what it deserves, and then we miss out on the other questions which we actually know, and then later on we regret about it. If you know it, if you have studied it, then make sure you go and write it down in the paper. Okay, so time management is really very important. Okay, then you are not being awarded marks for your handwriting. If you feel that your handwriting is not so good, guys, it is okay. I have a very bad handwriting, until and unless it is not readable to the examiner. Okay, if it is readable to the examiner, it is okay. If it is not readable, then there is a problem, like the examiner has to stress a lot or make a lot of efforts to read that particular answer, then there is a problem. So I am sure your law reference book would be around 500 to 700 pages. Okay, you have to summarize your book in the last revision 200 to 200, like from 100 to 200 pages, so that you are able to read that book within 1.5 days before exam. That is very important. Also, you need to dedicate a particular time slot for a particular chapter. If you have decided that you will give 1 hour to this chapter, then make sure you are giving just 1 hour to that chapter. You will not be allowed to spend more than 1 hour in that chapter. If you end up spending more than 1 hour, you will lose the time that you have allotted for the other chapter. And it is very important that all the chapters and everything that you have marked should go through before your eyes once at least. Okay, once before the exam. Okay, otherwise you would have studied that chapter 15-20 days before, and at this point of time you will be just blank with that chapter. So all your mehnat that you had done at that point of time will go into vain. Okay, so it is important that the time allotted, you have to be very strict with yourself and disciplined with yourself, even if you are not confident after giving 1 hour to that chapter, but still you will not exceed the time. Okay, you should keep 2 hours of buffer time also, that in case of emergency, only and only in case of emergency, where you feel that you have to now give this buffer time to this chapter because this you think is very very weak for you, there you can use that buffer time. So guys, that was all for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to share it with your friends and also like the video, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much, guys.